Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kol Halayim La Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Barakah HaKodash, which means all praises to Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. Bahasham means in the name. Yahweh Shai is the name of his only begotten Son, whom the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. Barakah HaKodash means in the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of truth, on the way we can worship the Father and the Son. Double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to you, brothers who are preaching the gospel in truth and in sincerity, always in charity. It's Brother Matati from the Great Millstone Camp, the branch out in Des Moines. And not sure what I'm entitled this lesson just yet, but it's based off this past weekend. He had this guy that goes by the name of Elder Gabal, formerly of the GOCC, approached the apostles camp, and he had 4 precepts that he wanted. He said he wanted it explained or he wanted to get edified on it, but he already had his mindset on what those precepts were talking about. So I want to cover 2 of those precepts. The first one being Jeremiah 12 and 14 concerning the evil neighbors, and the other 2 precepts, Deuteronomy 32 and the First Chronicles, where King Solomon prayed. We covered those at our Spirit Like the Wind lesson earlier this week. So I just want to touch on these 2 particular precepts here, and I want to start here in the book of Jeremiah. So this is Jeremiah 12 and 14. It says, "Thus saith Yahweh, against all my evil neighbors that touch the inheritance which I have caused my people Israel to inherit." Now, on face value, because the Lord is making a separation, you would think that it's talking about actual heathen, but it's not. And the Lord always, referenced the wicked of our people as being, matter of fact, let me grab this one. I don't know if reference is the proper word, but the Lord always looked at the wicked of our people as not, being Israel, even though physically they are descendants. This one here, Romans 9 and 6, it says, "Not as though the word of the Most High have taken none effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel." You see? So you got Israelites who are physically, they're descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but the Lord is not recognizing them as such because of their the frowardness of their heart. This is the book of St. John 8. And 37. This is Yahweh Shah speaking. He says, "I know that ye are Abraham's seed, but ye seek to kill me, because my word hath no place in you." You see? And if the Lord's word is not in you, he's not recognizing you as Israel, as his sons, even though physically you are a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You see? "I speak that which I have seen with my father, and ye do that which ye have seen with your father." They answered and said unto him, "Abraham is our father." Yahweh Shah saith unto them, "If ye were Abraham's children, ye would do the works of Abraham. But now ye seek to kill me, a man that have told you the truth, which I heard of the Most High. This did not Abraham. Ye do the deeds of your father." Then said they to him, "We be not born of fornication. We have one Father, even the Most High." Yahweh Shah said unto them, and keep in mind, if I would start it up. Then said Yahweh Shah to those Jews, letting you know who he's talking to. Verse 42. Yahweh Shah said unto them, "If the Most High were your father, ye would love me. For I proceeded forth and came from the Most High. Neither came I of myself, but he sent me. Why do ye not understand my speech? Even because ye cannot hear my word." Right? And he said what? In the 10th chapter, that the Lord's sheep hear his voice. And he said that those individuals that couldn't understand, they were not of his sheep. Meaning what? The Most High, through our Lord Yahweh Shai, didn't recognize them. You see? This is St. John 10. Yep, St. John 10 and 26. But ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep, as I have said unto you. Back in John 8 and 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a lie and the father of it. And because I tell you the truth, ye believe me not. You see? So Yahweh Shah said that these Israelites were of their father, the devil. You see? Now another example. In the book of Susanna, verse 5. It says, the same year were appointed 2 of the ancients of the people to be judges, such as the Lord spake of, that wickedness came from Babylon from ancient judges who seemed to govern the people. You see? So these were 2 Israelite judges, man, that were doing wickedness. Now let's jump down to the point. This is verse 56. So he put him aside and commanded to bring the other, and said unto him, O thou seed of Canaan, and not of Judah, beauty hath deceived thee, and lust hath perverted thy heart. You see, because of the wickedness that they were committing, he called him a heathen. He called him a Canaanite. And it's not nothing new. This is the language that the Lord used towards his people because of their deeds. This is Ezekiel 16 and 3. I started 2. It says, Son of man, cause Jerusalem to know her abominations, and say, Thus saith the Lord power unto Jerusalem, Thy birth and thy nativity is of the land of Canaan. Thy father was an Amorite, and thy mother an Hittite. You see? But it says what? Cause Israel to know their abominations. So Israel became like these heathen because they were doing like deeds. You see? So there's not nothing new for the Lord to make a separation between, those who served him and those that didn't. So now as we go back, Jeremiah 12 and 14, thus saith Yahweh against all my evil neighbors. This word neighbor is Shachan, Shakana, Shakan. And it says inhabitant, neighbor, right? It says by a resident, by extension, a fellow citizen. You see? A fellow citizen, right? Thus saith the Lord against all my evil neighbors. What did the Lord say? In the book of Jeremiah 5, and that word evil should be Rai. Yep. What did the Lord say in Jeremiah 5 and 26? For among my people are found wicked men. You see that? To act wicked. To do wickedly. They lay wait as he that set a snare. They set a trap. They catch men. You see? Oh, I got another one. Isaiah 1 and 3. It says, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not consider. Ah, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone backward. You see? So just highlighting that among Israel are wicked doers. Back in Jeremiah 12 and 14, thus saith Yahweh against all my evil neighbors that touch the inheritance which I have caused my people Israel to inherit. Now that's a very important point right there. Because now we got to ask ourselves, is there examples of this in our history? Yes, it is. Let's get this in the book of Nehemiah. Wherever it says strange or evil or neighbor, it doesn't always equate to a heathen, man. But these guys got this a fixation, towards these heathen being delivered, man. Nehemiah 5:1. And there was a great cry of the people and of their wives against their brethren, the Jews. For there were that said, we, our sons and our daughters are many. Therefore we take up corn for them, that we may eat and live. Some also there were that said, we have mortgaged our lands, vineyards, and houses, that we might buy corn because of the dearth. There were also that said, we have borrowed money for the king's tribute, and that upon our lands and vineyards, meaning they rented out their lands and vineyards to be able to pay the tribute, right? Yet now our flesh is as the flesh of our brethren, our children as their children. And lo, we bring into bondage our sons and our daughters to be servants. And some of our daughters are brought unto bondage already. Neither is it in our power to redeem them, for other men have our lands and vineyards. And I was very angry when I heard their cry in these words. Then I consulted with myself, and I rebuked the nobles and the rulers, and said unto them, ye exact usury every one of his brother. And I set a great assembly against them. And I said unto them, we after our ability have redeemed our brethren the Jews, which were sold unto the heathen. And will ye even sell your brethren? Or shall they be sold unto us? Then held they their peace, and found nothing to answer. Also I said, it is not good that ye do. Ought ye not to walk in the fear of all power, because of the reproach of the heathen, our enemies? I likewise and my brethren and my servants might exact of them money and corn. I pray you, let us leave off this usury. Restore, I pray you, to them even this day their lands, their vineyards, their olive yards, and their houses. Also the 100th part of the money, and of the corn, the wine, and the oil, that ye exact of them. Then said they, we will restore them, and we will require nothing of them. So will we do as thou sayest. Then I called the priests and took an oath of them, that they should do according to this promise. You see? So this is an account, of Jake oppressing their own people that touched the inheritance. What's the inheritance? It's the land. You see that? There's also an account in Jeremiah 34 where you had the nobles, the leaders underneath King Zedekiah, oppressing their own people. This is Jeremiah 34:8. This is the word that came unto Jeremiah from Yahweh after that the king Zedekiah had made a covenant with all the people which were at Jerusalem to proclaim liberty unto them, that every man should let his manservant and every man his maidservant, being a Hebrew or a Hebrewess, go free, that none should serve himself of them, to wit, of a Jew his brother. Now when all the princes and all the people which had entered into the covenant heard that every one should let his manservant and every one his maidservant go free, that none should serve themselves of them any more, then they obeyed and let them go. But afterward they turned and caused the servants and the handmaids whom they had let go free to return, and brought them into subjection for servants and for handmaids. Therefore the word of Yahweh came to Jeremiah from Yahweh, saying, thus saith the Lord, power of Israel, I made a covenant with your fathers in the day that I brought them forth out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondmen, saying, at the end of 7 years, let ye go every man his brother and Hebrew, which hath been sold unto thee. And when he has served these 6 years, thou shalt let him go free from thee. But your fathers hearken not unto me, neither incline their ear. And ye were now turned and had done right in my sight in proclaiming liberty, every man to his neighbor. And ye had made a covenant before me in the house which is called by my name. But ye turned and polluted my name, you see. And that's a side note. Jake polluted the name of our God, Yahweh, by their deeds and actions. It don't have to be just in the form of speech, you know? So but how Jake behave and conduct themselves is polluting the name of the Lord because his name was on us. This is why the Lord removed his name off of us. And this is why these niggas are not looked at as Yasharallah, sons of the power. But it says, and this is why the Lord makes that separation. The Lord said, a seed shall serve him. Let me grab that real quick. Just popped in my mind. Psalms 22 and 30, a seed shall serve him. It shall be counted to the Lord for a generation. And that's that righteous generation. Wisdom of Solomon speaks about horrible is the end of the wicked generation. This is why we're going to see 2/3 of our people, suffer judgment along with, Esau, Edom. But this is back in Jeremiah 34 and 16. But ye turned and polluted my name and caused everyone his servant and everyone his handmaid, whom ye had set at liberty at their pleasure, to return, and brought them into subjection to be unto you for servants and for handmaids. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, ye have not hearkened unto me in proclaiming liberty, every one to his brother and every man to his neighbor. Behold, I proclaim a liberty for you, saith Yahweh, to the sword, to the pestilence, and to the famine. And I will make you to be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. And I will give the men that have transgressed my covenant, which have not performed the words of the covenant which they had made before me, when they cut the calf in twain and passed between the parts thereof, right? So when they made that covenant, they sacrificed and they broke it. So what was the meaning of the sacrifice? What was the meaning of, you see how wicked how evil these individuals were? The princes of Judah and the princes of Jerusalem, the eunuchs and the priests, and all the people of the land which passed between the parts of the calf. I will even give them into the hand of their enemies, and into the hand of them that seek their life, and their dead bodies shall be for meat unto the fowls of heaven and to the beasts of the earth. You see, and he told Zedekiah that he would give him into the hands of Nebuchadnezzar, so that judgment came. And this makes me think of Jeremiah 24, where the Lord showed Jeremiah a vision of 2 baskets of figs. One basket of figs was very good, even ripe, good to be eaten. And the other basket had naughty figs, which could not be eaten. They were so bad. Those naughty figs represents what? Very evil. And those evil figs, when you jump down, verse 8, and the evil figs, the evil neighbors, which cannot be eaten, they are so evil. Surely, thus said Yahweh, so will I give Zedekiah, the king of Judah, and his princes, and the residue of Jerusalem that remain in this land, and them that dwell in the land of Egypt, and I will deliver them to be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth for their hurt, to be a reproach and a proverb and a taunt and a curse in all places whither I will drive them. You see? So these evil figs represented evil Israelites, wicked Israelites, man. The good figs represented those whom the Lord acknowledged, which represents Jeconiah and those that were carried away captive for their good. So they didn't have to suffer the calamity of the Babylonian siege, man. You see, and we could read that in the book of Lamentations, But the point we getting out of this is that Jake was oppressing their own people. Another example. I know it's in Kings. How can I find this? Bear with me, Baruch Shah. Ahab was sad. What chapter is that? Wish I can think of my man's name. Jezebel. I spelled it wrong. This should be, yep, 1 Kings 21. And I started 1. It says, and it came to pass after these things that Naboth the Jezreelite had a vineyard which was in Jezreel, hard by the palace of Ahab, king of Samaria. And Ahab spake unto Naboth, saying, give me thy vineyard, that I may have it for a garden of herbs, because it is near unto my house, and I will give thee for it a better vineyard than it. Or if it seem good to thee, I will give thee the worth of it in money. And Naboth said to Ahab, Yahweh forbidded me that I should give the inheritance of my fathers unto thee. And Ahab came into his house heavy and displeased because of the word which Naboth the Jezreelite had spoken to him. For he had said, I will not give thee the inheritance of my fathers. And he laid him down upon his bed and turned away his face and would eat no bread. You know, and this bitch of a wife, Jezebel, you know, devised wickedness in Ahab's name. And this nigga Ahab let it go down. You know, I want to get to the point. Verse 8, so she wrote letters in Ahab's name and sealed them with his seal and sent the letters unto the elders and to the nobles that were in the city dwelling with Naboth. I want to jump down to the point. Verse 16, and it came to pass when Ahab heard that Naboth was dead, because they murdered the man and stole his land, his inheritance, that Ahab rose up to go down to the vineyard of Naboth the Jezreelite to take possession of it. You see? And the Lord sent Elijah to cuss his ass out. Verse 19, and thou shalt speak unto him, saying, thus saith Yahweh, hast thou killed and also taken possession? And thou shalt speak unto him, saying, thus saith Yahweh, in the place where dogs lick the blood of Naboth, shall dogs lick thy blood, even thine. So these are just examples of evil neighbors, meaning evil Israelites, fellow citizens, touching the inheritance of the Lord's people. Back in Jeremiah 12 and 14, thus saith Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, against all my evil neighbors that touch the inheritance which I have caused my people Israel to inherit. Behold, I will pluck them out of their land and pluck out the house of Judah from among them. The Lord is highlighting that separation. I want to read this in Psalms 101, because our King David spoke the same thing in a prayer in a song. Psalms 101 and 1, a psalm of David. I will sing of mercy and judgment unto thee, O Yahweh, will I sing. I will behave myself wisely in a perfect way. O when wilt thou come unto me? I will walk within my house with a perfect heart. I will set no wicked thing before my eyes. I hate the work of them that turn aside. It shall not cleave to me, that turn aside, that swerve, that go outside of the way of the Lord, to become a derelict. See? A froward heart shall depart from me. I will not know a wicked person. Whoso privately slander his neighbor, him will I cut off. This is talking about within Israel. Him that hath an high look and a proud heart will not I suffer. My eyes shall be upon the faithful of the land, that they may dwell with me. He that walketh in a perfect way, he shall serve me. He that worketh deceit shall not dwell within my house. He that telleth lies shall not tarry in my sight. You know, and in the Lord's sight represents our land. You can read that in Deuteronomy 11. I will early destroy all the wicked of the land, that I may cut off all wicked doers from the city of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. You see that? And this is exactly what's being said here in the book of Jeremiah. The Lord is going to rid all the wicked from among his people. Jeremiah 12 and 14 again. Thus saith Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shah against all my evil neighbors that touch the inheritance, which I have caused my people Israel to inherit. Behold, I will pluck them out of their land and pluck out the house of Judah from among them. And it shall come to pass, after that I have plucked them out, I will return and have compassion on them and will bring them again, every man to his heritage and every man to his land. Now, when we go back into the law, the Lord, bear with me. I want to say it's in Numbers. Because you had a particular man who had nothing but daughters. And Zelophehad. If I know how to spell that. That's definitely not how you spell it. And that ain't going to help me either. Perfect. Numbers 26. Numbers 27. And 1. Then came the daughters of Zelophehad, the son of Hepher, the son of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, of the families of Manasseh, the son of Joseph. And these are the names of his daughters: Mahlah, Noah, and Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. And they stood before Moses and before Eleazar the priest and before the princes and all the congregation by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, saying, our father died. So let's go down. Verse 7. The daughters of Zelophehad speak right. Thou shalt surely give them a possession of an inheritance among their father's brethren, and thou shalt cause the inheritance of their father to pass unto them. And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if a man die and have no son, then ye shall cause his inheritance to pass unto his daughter. And if he have no daughter, then ye shall give his inheritance unto his brethren. And if he have no brethren, then ye shall give his inheritance unto his father's brethren. And if his father have no brethren, then ye shall give his inheritance unto his kinsman that is next to him of his family, and he shall possess it. And it shall be unto the children of Israel a statute of judgment, as Yahweh commanded Moses. Right? And why did the Lord say that? So let's get the other one now. I believe this is it. Numbers 36 and 2. I start at 1. And the chief fathers of the families of the children of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, of the families of the sons of Joseph, came near and spake before Moses and before the princes, the chief fathers of the children of Israel. And they said, Yahweh commanded my Lord to give the land for an inheritance by lot to the children of Israel. And my Lord was commanded by Yahweh to give the inheritance of Zelophehad, our brother, unto his daughters. And if they be married to any of the sons of the other tribes of the children of Israel, then shall their inheritance be taken from the inheritance of our fathers. Right? Because if that daughter, which is of the tribe of Manasseh, say she marries a Judite, that land now becomes Judite land. You see? Keep walking with me. It says, then shall their inheritance be taken from the inheritance of our fathers, and shall be put to the inheritance of the tribe whereunto they are received. So shall it be taken from the lot of our inheritance, because a woman is a possession. And whatever a woman possesses now becomes that man's. You see? And when the jubilee of the children of Israel shall be, then shall their inheritance be put unto the inheritance of the tribe whereunto they are received. So shall their inheritance be taken away from the inheritance of the tribe of our fathers. And Moses commanded the children of Israel, according to the word of Yahweh, saying, the tribe of the sons of Joseph hath well said, this is the thing which Yahweh doeth command concerning the daughters of Zelophehad, saying, let them marry to whom they think best. Only to the family of the tribe of their father shall they marry. So shall not the inheritance of the children of Israel remove from tribe to tribe. For every one of the children of Israel shall keep himself to the inheritance of the tribe of his fathers. You see? And the reason we reading this is because the land couldn't even go from tribe to tribe. So how in the hell can a heathen have an inheritance or a part in our land? It doesn't make sense. The prophecy says this is what's going to come in the new world, man, in the world to come. This is Isaiah. Awake, awake. What am I thinking of? 52. Yep. This is Isaiah 52:1. Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion, put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city. For henceforth there shall no more come into thee the uncircumcised and the unclean, meaning they're not going to have no type of possession, governance, or say so on anything in our land, man. Deuteronomy 33 and 29. I started 28. Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. That's what I wanted right there. The fountain of Jacob shall be upon a land of corn and wine. Also his heaven shall drop down dew. Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, highlighting who salvation is for. Because we didn't dwell safely when we entered into the land by the hand of Joshua. We didn't dwell alone. During the time of David, he had wars on all sides. After King Solomon, we had wars on all sides. So this is talking about in the world to come, when Yahweh Shai returns and sets us back into our land. Who is like unto thee, O people saved by Yahweh, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency? And thy enemies shall be found lies unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places. You see? So as we go back and read this in no way can be talking about an actual heathen. You see that? And this also ties in with the guy's other precept that he had a quote unquote question about. This is the book of Ezekiel 47 and 22. And it shall come to pass. Let's see. Yeah. 21 says, so shall ye divide this land unto you according to the tribes of Israel. Verse 21 lets you know what it is right there. And it shall come to pass that ye shall divide it by lot for an inheritance unto you, and to the strangers, which the apostles went into this word, Gaw, a newcomer lacking inherited rights. Who had inherited rights to the land? Those that received the promise, the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And the same thing is true today. This is who Yahweh Shai is coming to deliver. He's going to deliver us from the land of our enemies and bring us back into our own land. This is what salvation is. And he's going to deliver us out of these vile bodies into the glorious liberty of the children of Israel, as Paul explained it in Romans, the 8th chapter. No heathen was promised that. That's Jeremiah 31. That's Hebrews 8. That's Ezekiel 36. You know, about the Lord taking out the stony heart and giving us a heart of flesh. You see? This is where Moses' son name comes from, Gershom. Comes from the root word Gaw. And Moses named him that. Why? Because he said he was a foreigner in that land. You see? And it shall come to pass that ye shall divide it by lot for an inheritance unto you, and to the stranger that sojourn among you. Like we just read, the Most High made it a commandment that the inheritance couldn't go from tribe to tribe. So how the hell could it go to a heathen? And to the strangers that sojourn among you, which shall beget children among you, and they shall be unto you as born in the country among the children of Israel. They shall have inheritance with you among the tribes of Israel. And it shall come to pass that in what tribe the stranger sojourneth, there shall ye give him his inheritance, saith Yahweh. Why? Because that stranger is from that particular tribe. It's very simple, man. So going back, Jeremiah 12 and 15. And it shall come to pass after that I have plucked them out, I will return and have compassion on them, and will bring them again, and every man to his heritage, and every man to his land. And it shall come to pass, if they will diligently learn the ways of my people, to swear by my name, Yahweh liveth, as they taught my people to swear by Baal, then shall they be built in the midst of my people. And who did that? Who taught our people Baal? Let's get to Jeremiah 23. This is Jeremiah 23. Bear with me, because I'm not sure the exact verse. I know 27 is a good one, but there's one direct one I'm looking for, and I probably overlooked it. I'll just search it. Jeremiah 9 and 14, 13. And Yahweh saith, because they have forsaken my law, which I set before them, and have not obeyed my voice, neither walked therein, but have walked after the imagination of their own heart, and after Baalim, which their fathers taught them. You see? Oh, I think it says teach. I know it's in this 23rd chapter, but maybe it's that verse 27 and I'm overthinking it. But let's go back. Jeremiah 23. And 21. I have not sent these prophets, yet they ran. I have not spoken to them, yet they prophesied. But if they had stood in my counsel and had caused my people to hear my words, then they should have turned from their evil way and from their evil doings, those evil neighbors, right? Am I a power at hand, saith the Lord, and not a power afar off? Can any hide himself in secret places that I shall not see him? Saith Yahweh, do not I fill heaven and earth, saith the Lord? I have heard what the prophets said that prophesy lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed. How long shall this be in the heart of the prophets that prophesy lies? Yea, they are prophets of the deceit of their own heart, which think to cause my people to forget my name by their dreams, which they tell every man to his neighbor, as their fathers have forgotten my name for Baal. You see? Man, I know there's another precept, man. Or am I tweaking? That's good enough, though. That shows you, that you had Israelites that was teaching that madness, man. And the prophets prophesied by Baal, you see. They burned incense to Baal. They built altars to Baal. Jeremiah 23 and 13. I have seen folly in the prophets of Samaria. They prophesied in Baal and caused my people Israel to err. You see? So that's it. So as we go back, Jeremiah 12 and 16. And it shall come to pass that if they will diligently learn the ways of my people, to swear by my name, Yahweh liveth. And what did it say? That the name shall be found nowhere but in Israel. Scripture says that the name is dreadful among the heathen. It says, as they taught my people to swear by Baal, then shall they be built in the midst of my people. You see? Ain't no heathen gonna be in the midst of us, man. But if they will not obey, I will utterly pluck up and destroy that nation, saith Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. You see? And this is what the Lord is about to do. He's going to rid all the evildoers and all the wicked out of Israel. And they're going to be born back through the loins of those that are saved under the covenant. And they're going to be straight. You see? So that's it. I just wanted to bring understanding you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai, you know, through these precepts, man, because that's our job, to remove the stumbling blocks out of the way of our people. You know, while you got guys that constantly want to put stumbling blocks in the way, but it is what it is. That's a evident token of their perdition, as the scripture says. So I pray and hope this was edifying. Tawadi Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, for giving me spirit to do this lesson. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Baruch HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, salutations to you brothers who are preaching the gospel in truth and in sincerity, always in charity, who's rightly dividing the word of truth directly and correctly. Peace, blessings, and salutations to you brothers, you few sisters that's listening and learning in silence as well. We're going to say shalom.